The neon buzz of the 7-Eleven sign was the only thing fighting the deep, persistent darkness of the Los Angeles night. Inside, Jose, the night clerk, was leaning on the counter, scrolling on his phone, the slow hum of the refrigerators his only company. It was past 2 a.m., the witching hour for convenience stores, a time for exhausted Uber drivers, insomniacs, and the quietly desperate. He'd just rung up a man for a pack of cigarettes and a lottery ticket. The asterisk-ding asterisk of the register, a familiar, lonely sound. Then, the silence shattered. It wasn't the door. It was a roar. A rolling, chaotic thunder of squealing bike tires, whoops, and yells. Jose looked up, and his blood turned to ice. They poured in like a torrent, a flood of masked figures, a dozen or more, a blur of black hoodies, ski masks, and bandanas pulled up over young and seen faces. They came on mountain bikes, cheap BMXs, riding them right through the automatic doors, the sensors beeping a frantic, useless protest. The store, a small box of light, was suddenly, violently full. The air was ripped apart by their screams, not of anger, but of a terrifying, gleeful frenzy. Get it all. Jose's training kicked in, a thin, procedural veil over primal terror. His hands went up. Take whatever you want, he stammered, his voice lost in the din. But this wasn't about him. He was a ghost in his own store. This was about the spectacle. One of them, taller than the rest, brandished a heavy black pistol, waving it not at Jose, but at the ceiling. Everybody down, he yelled. But his crew wasn't listening. They were a storm of motion. They vaulted over the counter, their sneakers scrabbling on the linoleum. Gloved hands yanked entire racks of jewel pods and cigarettes into gaping backpacks. They descended on the glass-doored beer coolers, not bothering with the doors, just smashing them with their elbows, the glass exploding in a crystalline rain. Reaching in to grab fistfuls of White Claw and Modelo, chips, candy bars, rolling papers, energy drinks, it all flew off the shelves in a blizzard of packaged consumption. It was less like theft and more like a locust swarm, a rapid, efficient harvesting of anything not bolted down. A kid, couldn't have been more than 15, his eyes wild over his bandana, stuffed his hoodie with so many Snickers bars he looked like a distorted pillow. Another systematically cleared the entire premium beef jerky display, bags costing $12.99 each, into a duffel bag. And through it all, the phones. This was the chilling part for Jose, who stood frozen, hands still raised. They weren't just recording, they were directing asterisk. Yo, over here, the back room. One shouted, holding his phone aloft, its flashlight beam cutting through the chaos. Another was narrating, dancing between aisles, his lens capturing the madness. We in this bitch, look at this, look. The glow of their screens, dozens of little blue-white rectangles, danced like malevolent fireflies in the ravaged store. It lasted 90 seconds. In the time it takes to microwave a burrito, they stripped the place bare. Then, a whistle. Sharp, commanding. As suddenly as they had come, they retreated, a receding tide of chaos. They vaulted back onto their bikes, backpacks bulging, handlebars weighed down with bags of loot. One last kid, at the door, turned and hurled a stolen can of Red Bull like a grenade. It smashed against the lottery machine, fraying sticky gold liquid everywhere. Then, silence, a deafening, broken silence. The automatic doors, one now hanging crooked, slowly tried to close. Bumped open by a fallen bag of chips, giving up. Jose lowered his trembling hands. The store was a war zone. Aisles were bare, chilled, skeletal. Glass glittered everywhere like malignant confetti. The sharp, sweet smell of spilled energy drink and beer mixed with the acrid scent of fear. He fumbled for the phone under the counter, his fingers slipping on the keypad. As he waited for 911, the only sound was the slow asterisk drip, drip, drip asterisk from the shattered cooler door. He felt a profound, isolating emptiness. They hadn't just taken merchandise, they had stolen the sanctity of this little box of light, exposed it as a fragile stage. But the robbery wasn't over. It was just moving to a different arena, while Jose gave his stammering statement to the first. LAPD officers, their flashlights cutting beams through the mess. The digital aftershocks began. In bedrooms across the city, in suburbs and apartments, the footage was being edited. Raw, shaky clips were trimmed, set to pulsing, aggressive hip-hop beats, the soundtrack of a heist. Emojis flew, money bags, ghost faces, police cars. The videos were uploaded not with fear, but with boastful captions. "Finesse the system. LA Night Riders. Get rich or die snackin'." The posts resonated like a shockwave. In comment sections, a furious debate erupted. Older users, parents, wrote, "This is anarchy. Where are their parents?" But among swaths of younger viewers, the reaction was chillingly different. The videos were met with fire emojis. "They move in smart. F***K the corporations." The coordinated, brazen nature of it, the sheer audacity, was framed not as a crime, but as a rebellion. A nihilistic, social media native stunt where the loot was secondary to the likes, the shares, the notoriety. For the US audience watching these clips on their phones in broad daylight, it hit a nerve. It was a perfect, terrifying storm of modern anxieties, the fear of random swarm violence, the powerlessness of a single worker like Jose, the sinister influence of social media algorithms that reward outrage and spectacle. The deep generational and economic divides laid bare in the comment sections. Jose finally left the store as the sun was coming up, the neon sign sputtering off. He sat in his car for a long time, not starting the engine, just staring at his hands. He kept thinking about the eyes of the one who threw the Red Bull. There was no hate there. That was the most frightening part. It was just a blank, thrilling excitement. He was an extra in someone else's movie, a bit player in a clip designed to go viral. His real fear. The robbery was over. But the performance, he knew, was just beginning. And the audience, millions strong, was already logged in.